Hey guys, and welcome to another daily video in the Juicy Bit series. Well, in honor of New Year's, we're continuing our series where we're trying to give you inspirational ideas to launch your own business or add a new product and service to your existing business in 2016. And so yesterday we talked about how saving people time is always a good business model. And in today's video, I want to give you a second idea that might inspire you to launch a new product or service, adjust the way that you're marketing your product, or even launch an entirely new business. So what I want to talk about today is giving everyday people a chance to experience or purchase something that typically only affluent consumers have access to. So I'm talking about democratizing something that has been up until this point only available for people who have very large budgets. So let me give you a couple examples of what I mean by that. The first example I have is Walmart. When Walmart launched many years ago, Sam Walton used to talk about how he wanted to give everyday people access to the kinds of products that only rich people in big cities had access to. So when you think back about the time that Walmart launched, before there were Walmarts or any superstores at all, people that lived in rural environments did not have access to the really cool gadgets, high quality products, and even clothing manufacturers that people in large cities did. And so they really democratized the idea of retail for people no matter where they lived. Another example of this was when Southwest Airlines launched. Southwest was not trying to create another airline for the business traveler who pretty much had an unlimited budget. They were trying to launch an airline for the Texas consumer who is typically taking buses or driving across the state for business trips, to see family, or just a vacation. And so Southwest Airlines really democratized air travel for those people in Texas who otherwise would have to take the bus or find some other way to get around town. So think about it. What is it that today's consumer is pretty much shut out of? What is something that only the affluent marketplace or affluent consumers have access to that you can find a way to lower the price or lower the quantity or make it more affordable to someone who doesn't have that same budget? So even 20 years ago, people really didn't have access to high quality coffee until these little tiny places like Starbucks popped up that were actually importing coffee for an everyday consumer. And they've really coined this term called micro luxury experiences, where people can get a little taste of something very luxurious for just a few dollars. So relatively, it may be a very expensive product when you compare a Starbucks latte to a regular diner cup of coffee, right? We're talking about $6 or $7 versus 95 cents. So it's still a luxurious item, but anybody can, for the most part, can afford a one-time experience of $7. So it doesn't just mean lowering the price. You might be lowering the quantity or the entry level for the consumer to have access to that same product. This was actually Cheesecake Factory's business model as well. When the Cheesecake Factory launched, they were trying to give people who didn't want to leave town an exotic dining experience. If you look at the menu items on Cheesecake Factory, they've assembled a menu from all over the world so that any given Tuesday or Wednesday night, you can go out with your family and you can have an exotic dining experience. So I hope this inspires your own ideas. Think about what it is that an affluent consumer is happy to spend money on today that the mainstream or middle class would be happy to experience in small amounts or in some limited fashion if they were able to afford it. Hope that inspires you guys to have some more business ideas, and make sure to watch the rest of the series as each day we're coming back with new inspirational ideas to help you launch your own business.